There's also the value of the marine parks as an environmental buffer, and in our scan of the literature, both the economics literature and the marine science literature, some recent work here has determined that this is actually quite a significant value of marine parks by providing greater resilience to environmental shocks or any management that mistakes, if you like, and because we know that setting total allowable catch limits for a fishery is always prone to potential error. It's only as good as how good our modelling is. So if there is a mistake in calculating any of those parameters in the catch models, then having an environmental buffer, namely the marine park, provides a little bit of a buffer against some of those management projections being wrong, and then hence results in stabilising out some of the large catch fluctuations that may be experienced and reducing the risk of a complete crash in the fishery. So we didn't actually go and value that benefit. Very hard to value. I know that some economists are trying to do some modelling around that exact benefit. There's no dollar benefits readily available to look at in the literature, but we've certainly highlighted it as something that is a unique attribute of marine parks that is very difficult to replicate with any other management instruments in the fishery. The third main category of benefit, of course, is ecotourism. We've drawn on existing estimates of what the ecotourism industry is worth in southwest Western Australia. Gardner and Tont's report estimate a gross value of about $45 million per annum based on whale watching and dolphin watching and diving tours. We look at what that means in terms of net revenues, estimate around $5 to $10 million profit from those industries, and because we're comparing everything on a profit basis rather than a gross basis, we're looking at the marine parks as being a mechanism through which to maintain into the future those profit base of around $5 to $10 million per annum. And in the absence of the marine sanctuaries, you obviously have some concern about the ongoing viability of some of these ecotourism ventures. The fourth main category of benefits are simply the non-market benefits that people ascribe in our community to having these parks and sanctuaries. The non-market benefits imply that even though people don't go out necessarily and go on a charter boat to go and go off for a dive trip, or they don't pay a tourism company to take them out there, they nevertheless get value by simply first the knowledge that the resource is protected and is in good condition. Secondly, they may well go on a personal trip and go scuba diving or underwater photography trips and get to see things in the marine life which they would not have otherwise seen. So there's some values there which are very difficult to put dollar numbers on. However, some recent work coming out of the University of Western Australia where they've, using a choice modelling technique, a survey technique, to try to examine what people's preparedness to pay for maintaining the quality of Ningaloo Marine Park and the attributes of that park. And so we can get some values through that study to provide some indicative measures. And these values, based on that study alone, if they were transferable to the rest of the southwest region, could be in the order of the $100 million per annum in just the non-market type of willingness to pay to prevent any degradation to these marine habitats. Naturally, that number is purely based on one study and would obviously need further detailed analysis to validate that. So I certainly commend to you have a look at our report if you haven't had an opportunity to do so yet. I think it provides a good framework to have a balanced view and an objective view of the impacts of establishing marine parks, and further details on some of our findings and conclusions can be found in the report. Thank you.